Alright, so today we've got our community video for February. The mid-season patch is here, the Nobu and PK buffs are here, and the event is here, so it's time for another one. And since yesterday UB showed off the roadmap for February, we'll be going over that quickly as well. But before we begin, this video is actually sponsored. Yet again, our friends over at Project Orochi reached out, and as always, they brought some cool new stuff with them. Project Orochi has a shop full of Japanese-inspired streetwear and are just now entering their 7th season, meaning new items. They've got plenty of designs inspired by games that I really enjoy, including For Honor. White Rose Wardens, or even followers of Horkos, yet again receive some love with an updated design. Hitokiri's got their own design, and my favorite hero from year 3, Black Prior, has their own set which I plan on picking up. For those of you who love the cyberpunk style, they've also introduced the Cyber Orochi design, and for those of you who love the Souls series, the Latria design is available as well. They offer worldwide shipping and free shipping in North America, and they're hooking us up with a discount. Use the code NERFGRYPHON for 10% off. So be sure to check them out, link in the description, and also be sure to check out the link to their Instagram while you're down there. Again, thank you to Project Orochi for sponsoring this video, and now, let's get right into it. Okay, so UB dropped the roadmap for February. Not too much going on this month. We see that we got some content of the week this week, which were just a few elite outfits. Then next week on the 11th begins a week-long XP fest rather than, a usual weekend. This is probably due to it being For Honor's 4-year anniversary on the 14th. We also see more content of the week, same thing for the 18th. On the 19th begins a warrior challenge, and we can see in the image for it that we're more than likely going to be receiving some sort of blue material color. Here we see it on Nusha, and I've got to say, it looks really good. No idea when we'll get it, but it'll probably be on the 11th or 18th. After that, we'll see one more content of the week on the 25th, and that's pretty much it. As I said, not too much going down in February. Whatever is going on with the next season should start being teased sometimes towards the end of February. At least that's what I'd assume, as we're nearing the end of the season. We literally have no idea what's going on next, so hopefully we get something to look forward to. Anyways, starting off with the actual community video, Rory Tulip says, "To my memory, the toxicity Gryphon players face right now seem to be worse than it was with Lawbringer, Raider, Hitokiri, etc. Do you agree with me that the community's reaction to Gryphon and to those who play him has been more virulent than with previously newly released reworked heroes? If so, why?" Honestly, when I think back to previous hero releases, I've always seen players get, shit thrown toward them for using whoever, whether it was Black Prior, Shaman, Centurion, Raiden, whoever. But I think this time with Gryphon, I do see more toxicity towards the player or person using Gryphon rather than the hero themselves. I think even more so than with a hero like Hitokiri when she released and Heavy on Red was a thing, something that was thrown around, and you can piece together the implication of that. That could be due to any number of reasons though, but when I see people talking about Gryphon, I usually see them talk about the kick, his feats, or his damage, or just flat out calling people who use Gryphon a baboon or some sort of monkey, or my favorite, Gryphon, or talk about how brain dead easy he is to play, or point out the John DeLiner blindfold video, or come at John for some reason, which makes no sense because John is actually a really cool guy. Now of course, Gryphon is easier to play when you compare him to a few other heroes. He has a good kit, he has options, he does good damage, and he has extremely good feats that should be looked at. But just like with any other hero, there's no need to assault the person playing the hero. It makes absolutely no sense to me. Say whatever you want about the character themselves, but attacking a person for using the hero that they paid for makes no sense. I've seen people asking if they should play Gryphon, not because of their moveset, but if the hate has died down yet. Play whoever you want, don't worry about what anyone else is playing. You play games to have fun. Next up, David Sinney says, should Ubisoft consult other developers, like Bandai, for experienced opinions on game balance? Not necessarily to outsource development, but just so they can talk to someone on the same boat and not just the cries of gamers. So Bandai has their name in front of what? Dragon Ball FighterZ, Soul Calibur, Tekken, and a bunch of 3D anime arena fighters. I'm not sure they'd know what to do with a title like For Honor at first either, because no one would know what to do with a game like For Honor at first. We don't even really know what to call For Honor. I'm sure the people that work on the game don't even know how to put For Honor into a genre. I would love to see another developer come out and make something similar to For Honor, as they'd be able to learn from For Honor. You know, someone's got to do it first. And believe it or not, I don't think it's a bad thing to take suggestions from people that play your game. The people, you know, who have put thousands of hours into the game can provide valuable feedback. Not all of it is good from everyone, but we have seen good come from it. Yes, Ubi's made some confusing decisions in the past, but over time we've seen them implement good features and make nice changes to the game, and we have been seeing our feedback and suggestions come to light in a few cases. You can't really say that any other developer is in the same boat as Ubi or as the team that works on For Honor, because no one else has made a game like For Honor. So this next one has to do with the Scythe we've been seeing in these event modes. I've seen a ton of comments about this Scythe, and I just chose one at random. Mega Man says, what would you think of a Scythe character in this game? Going off of evidence that Ubi has shown in the past that we might be getting next. Yorm's event gave you a giant version of his weapon in a limited time execution similar to the situation we have now. I also feel like we've got another Warmonger situation where the event surrounding the character is out before the hero surrounding it is actually out and playable. I personally wouldn't mind a Scythe character, but I know that a good chunk of the player base would hate if we got a Scythe hero, at least if they weren't using a proper War Scythe. Okay, so these past few weeks, or however long we've been seeing this Scythe, I've been seeing people pretty much say this exact same thing. I personally don't think we'll see a Scythe hero come to For Honor from this, at least if this event Scythe is the only thing to go off of. I don't think this is comparable to Warmonger or how they were introduced. If any of the events had shown off some other sort of NPC or character with their own moveset and armors and whatnot, then maybe I'd be on board. With the Warmonger, they showed up out of the blue with 4 different armor sets, new moves, emotes, voice lines, stances, even finishers. It was pretty clear that Warmonger was a hero. I just can't see the same thing here with a Scythe. Sure, it has a few animations for our heroes, but nothing that I'd see outside of an event. And I see a few people point out feats, but we saw new cool feats during the Prince of Persia event as well. This isn't me saying that I'd never want to see a Scythe in For Honor. Listen, if it looks good, feels good, plays good, I'd be very happy to see one, practical or not. But I don't see this Scythe as a sign pointing towards another hero, unless the daily lore we've been receiving gives us a few more hints, like Ilma creating a new Scythe for some specific hero that'll be the deciding factor in the battle that's going on right now. I don't know. Event just came out and it's already at low activity. This is tragic. Honestly, this happens to like every game mode that comes out, at least on PC. I haven't turned on console in a while, but this happens to pretty much all of the event modes except for a few. You'll pretty much only see Dominion at very high activity. You know, Duel and Brawl generally sit at medium, and that's okay, it's easy to find games there. Breach is almost always low activity nowadays. Elim, Skirmish, and Tribute shouldn't even say low activity at all. It should just say don't even bother queuing, or just put you in a Dominion queue, because you're not going to find a game there. A few of you guys have told me that you can find games in these modes on PlayStation or Xbox though. Anyways, there are a few that teeter on high activity or medium activity, you know, for a while after they release in terms of events. A few that come to mind are the Carousel of Death events, the Honor games lasted for a while, and of course the Test Your Metal events. I don't know the exact reason, but if I had to take a guess, it's probably because the Test Your Metal and Carousel modes are pretty simple and don't really stray off from, you know, what we're used to. In Test Your Metal, you just hop in there, fight some bots with your friends, get some rewards, steal an XP. And a lot of people like PvE with no gimmicks or anything, you know, other than a few modifiers. It's laid back, it's relaxing, it's fun. And with Carousel, you just fighting. That's it. Just fight until everyone is down. It's fast, it's fun. There are no special objectives, no ballistas, nothing too high damage outside of that hammer or the boost during the honor games. I could be wrong, but I guess that's why those game modes don't die out as quickly. But yeah, it is a shame that events generally die out quickly, but it is what it is. Anyways, that's all I've got for this video. Again, thank you to Project Orochi for sponsoring this one. I really appreciate them. Also, thank you guys for watching. I really appreciate you. As I said before, it's waiting time. I don't know if you guys remember, but a few days ago there was a cipher in the community orders called A Message from the Future, and every time I boot the game up, I wonder if anyone has solved it. So if anyone has any clues, feel free to let me know in the comments, or better yet in my Discord, as I really want to know what it means. Also, I've been disconnecting more than usual recently. Is that just an issue on my end, or is it something that you guys have been noticing too? Feel free to let me know. Anyways, I'm done talking now. As always, if you liked the video, feel free to leave a like and sub if you're new, and I will talk to you guys in the next video.